with you. The reason I'm late this morning for this talk, the reason I'm late this morning is I didn't want to do this. This was one of those roadkill mornings for whatever reason. It was just a really tough one. And you don't naturally, I think, just as human beings in a physical body, you don't often wake up feeling like, I am awesome. Time to take on the day. I am more than conqueror. Everything's beautiful. I feel great. Well, this was one of those mornings that was exactly the total freaking opposite. But that's what this is all about. Life is tough. And if we just go by what I feel, what I'm hearing in my head, then we will remain roadkill, and we're going to walk around through life missing it. And this was one of those mornings where I was waking up, roadkill, faceplant, What I have behind me is some little Post-it notes that my husband put up last Valentine's Day. And he kind of apologized at the time because he was like, oh, I didn't get the card. But he's very thoughtful. And I'm so grateful at the moment. I don't know if you can see all of them. I didn't even put all of them behind me. But this morning when I got up, and they were all on the bathroom mirror right by my sink where I'll need them. I mean, I know the power of words. I'm an author. I write, and I know that words can be either life or death. And I know, the power of life and death is in our tongue. But this was one of those mornings where I desperately needed it. But to be honest, my first time to read these, look at some of these. One of a kind, brilliant, sexy, best wife ever, funny, gorgeous, love of my life, fierce, brave, fun. I was just like, it when I first went through them, it felt like a slap in the face, because as I was reading them, I was thinking, lie, oh, big lie, lie. So in a way, they were kind of like rubbing salt in the wound, especially the first time through, because I was feeling so the opposite. Then I went through them again, and it was more like a question mark. Am I really? And then like another time through, it's like I had to go through, I can't just say it was 3, I had to go through until it started being, yes, I am. I choose to believe. I choose to believe. It was a choice. And I can't say that, okay, now I've got the day by the tail with a downhill pull and everything's joyful. But it's a choice. What am I going to do from this point? I was shaken coming to the computer this morning. I was just like grabbing myself literally by the scruff of the neck to do this. And maybe you're in a place you don't have a wonderful person around to speak those words of truth over you. Well, guess what? Yes, you do. This is what God says about you. You are mine. I chose you from before the foundations of the earth. You are precious. Every single little unique thing about you, I did that. You're my child. I choose you day in, day out. I poured out myself for you. Do not doubt your worth. Do not listen to the lies. Do not get under that weight of fear. Do not believe everything that is labeled on you, every experience you've been through. That is not the truth. Whether you feel like you've got a mountain of evidence to back it up, that I'm a loser. I'll always be a loser. My family was a family of losers. I'm going to continue that. No. What does God say? Your feelings lie. Circumstances lie. People around you can lie because they feel like crap too. Some of the meanest people in your life, it's probably that they are a suffering, trembling, worthless feeling child emotionally. And they don't know what to do with it. But we have an opportunity to go, okay, God, I'm choosing your words of life. I'm choosing to read Psalm 139. I'm choosing to take these things and just like stick them on, put them on, believe them when it's the last thing I believe. I choose to say what you say. Now, I just look stupid, but whatever, get the point. I choose to put on what you say. I choose to say, I'm pursuing better. I choose to, drink my nectar I drink every morning and that makes my brain wake up and releases toxins from my body. Well, I choose to do the same for my mind and my spirit. I'm going to put on, whether I feel like it or not, whether it feels like rubbing salt in the wound, I'm going to put on the words that are truth. And I'm going to get so filled up. I'm going to choose to be in God's presence and say, what do you say? What do you say? Okay, because I'm getting the image of like an old water pump. Anybody remember those old water pumps that you had to move the handle up and down? Well, you know what you had to do first? First, you had to get a cup of water, pour it over that water pump, then put the handle up and down because you needed to prime the pump. And today, I know you're like me. I know, no telling what you've been going through, no telling what you've been enduring, no telling what voices are beating the hell out of you in your head. Prime that pump with what God says. Prime that pump with who you want to be. I want to be healthy. So I'm going to choose to put on that word. I'm going to choose to say, I'm healthy, dang it. I'm an overcomer. I am victorious. And it sounds stupid. It sounds pathetic. I was laying in the floor this morning going, okay, what's the opposite of pathetic? Because that's what I'm going to need to speak over myself. My husband goes, empathetic? Yeah, I can relate. And guess what? Jesus can relate to everything we go through, all the pain. He can relate. He too had to fight through the battle in a body of flesh and bone. So I'm going to get up from here. I'm going to focus on God's identity. I'm going to put those words on. I'm going to say those words over. I'm going to put on a couple songs that I'm going to put the link for in here. One by Lauren Daigle, one by For King Country. I'm going to choose joy. And I'm going to choose to say what he says so that I can fill up, become that gushing fountain of life because I'm overflowing. And then when I get out and I'm around other people that I want to love, that I want to make a difference in, that I want to change the world around me, it's going to be overflowing because I've primed that pump and I've taken on that identity. So I speak that over us. I speak an amazing day over you. I speak God's identity over you. You're fun. You are joyful. You are full of life. You are pursuing better. You are a healer. You're a world changer. You're an icon. You're a legend. You're chosen. You are precious. You carry on from there. Bless you. This is tough. This is just